Raising Pekin ducklings from hatchlings to adults can be a rewarding experience, but it requires proper care, attention, and knowledge of their needs. Pekin ducks are a popular breed known for their white feathers, orange bills, and friendly personalities. They're often raised for meat, eggs, or as pets. Below is a step-by-step guide to raising Pekin ducklings successfully. Before your ducklings arrive, ensure you have the following: a brooder, which is a warm, safe and draft-free enclosure. A large plastic tub, cardboard box or kiddie pool works well. A heat source like a heat lamp or brooder heater to maintain the correct temperature. Bedding such as pine shavings, straw or paper towels. Just avoid cedar shavings as they can be toxic. High-quality duckling starter feed, which is 20 to 22% protein and rich in niacin. A shallow dish or waterer designed for ducklings to prevent drowning. And a shallow dish or feeder to provide easy access to food. Caring for hatchlings, 0 to 4 weeks. For temperature, in week 1, maintain 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 to 35 degrees Celsius. In week 2, 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 29 to 32 degrees Celsius. In week 3, 80 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 to 29 degrees Celsius. And in week 4, 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 to 27 degrees Celsius. Gradually reduce the temperature each week until they are fully feathered, which is around 4 to 6 weeks. For feeding, provide duckling starter feed, not chick starter, as it lacks sufficient niacin, which is essential for ducklings. Supplement with brewer's yeast, 1.5 tablespoons per cup of feed, to ensure adequate niacin levels. Avoid medicated feeds as they can harm ducklings. For water, ducklings need constant access to clean, shallow water for drinking. Use a shallow dish or waterer to prevent drowning, as ducklings are not strong swimmers initially. Provide water for splashing, but avoid deep water until they are older. For hygiene, clean the brooder regularly to prevent bacteria buildup. Replace wet bedding daily to keep the area dry and prevent health issues. Transitioning to the outdoors, 4 to 8 weeks. Once the ducklings are fully feathered, around 4 to 6 weeks, they can move outdoors. Provide a secure, predator-proof coop or shelter with proper ventilation. Ensure the space is dry, clean and protected from wind and rain. For the outdoor enclosure, use a fenced area or pen to protect them from predators. Provide access to a shallow pool or pond for swimming, as ducks love water and need it for preening. For feeding, switch to grower feed, which is 15 to 16% protein until they reach adulthood. Continue supplementing with niacin if needed. Raising adult Pekin ducks, which are 8 weeks and older, involves a few key considerations. First, housing. Adult Pekin ducks need a secure, spacious coop with at least 4 square feet per duck. If you plan to collect eggs, provide nesting boxes. When it comes to feeding, transition to layer feed with 16 to 18% protein if you are raising ducks for eggs. For meat ducks, continue with grower feed until they reach the desired weight. Don't forget to offer fresh greens, vegetables and occasional treats like mealworms or peas. Water is essential. Provide a large clean water source for drinking and swimming. Ducks need water to keep their eyes and nostrils clean. For health, monitor for signs of illness such as lethargy, loss of appetite or labored breathing. Regularly check for parasites like mites or lice and trim their nails and beak if necessary. Now, let's talk about some general tips for raising Pekin ducks. Socialization is important. Pekin ducks are social animals and thrive in groups, so avoid raising a single duckling alone. Predator protection is crucial. Secure their enclosure with fencing and cover to protect against predators like raccoons, foxes and hawks. Exercise is another key factor. Allow them plenty of space to roam and swim, as this promotes healthy growth and behavior. When it comes to egg laying, Pekin ducks start laying eggs at around 5 to 6 months of age. Provide nesting boxes filled with straw or shavings. By following these guidelines, you can raise healthy, happy Pekin ducks from hatchlings to adults. Raising Pekin ducks can be a fun and rewarding experience, whether you're raising them for eggs, meat, or as pets. Pekin ducks are hardy, friendly, and relatively easy to care for, but they do have specific needs to ensure they stay healthy and thrive. Here are some general tips for raising Pekin ducks successfully. Alright, let's talk about providing the proper housing for your Pekin ducks. Adult Pekin ducks need at least 4 square feet of indoor space per duck and 10 to 15 square feet of outdoor space. To protect them from predators like raccoons, foxes and hawks, use sturdy fencing and make sure the coop is secure. Also, ensure the coop is well ventilated to prevent respiratory issues, but draft-free to keep them warm. For bedding, you can use straw, pine shavings or other absorbent materials to keep the coop dry and comfortable. Now moving on to water. Ducks need constant access to clean, fresh water for drinking. Use a waterer that is deep enough for them to submerge their bills, but not so deep that they can drown. While not strictly necessary, Pekin ducks love to swim and splash. A shallow pool, kiddie pool or pond will keep them happy and help them clean their feathers. Make sure to change the water frequently to prevent contamination and algae growth. Next, let's discuss feeding and socialization. For ducklings, use a 20 to 22% protein duckling starter feed supplemented with brewer's yeast for niacin. For juveniles, around 4 to 8 weeks old, switch to a 15 to 16% protein grower feed. For adult ducks laying eggs, use a 16 to 18% protein layer feed. Additionally, offer fresh greens, vegetables and occasional treats like mealworms, peas or oats. But remember, avoid bread as it is unhealthy for ducks and can cause malnutrition and digestive issues. Pekin ducks are social animals and thrive in groups. Avoid raising a single duck alone as they can become lonely and stressed. Handle ducklings gently and regularly to socialize them and make them more comfortable around people. Protecting your ducks from predators is crucial. Use hardware cloth or welded wire fencing to secure their outdoor area. At night, lock your ducks in a secure coop to protect them from nocturnal predators. If predators are a concern in your area, it's important to supervise your ducks during outdoor time. Maintaining cleanliness is also essential. Clean the coop and water containers regularly to prevent bacteria and parasites. Replace wet or soiled bedding frequently to keep the environment dry and prevent infections like bump. Or hanging vegetables. If you have egg-laying ducks, provide nesting boxes filled with straw or shavings. Collect eggs daily to keep them clean and prevent breakage, and offer crushed oyster shells or limestone for strong eggshells. When it comes to weather considerations, Pekin ducks are hardy in cold weather but need a dry, draft-free shelter. Provide extra bedding and ensure their water doesn't freeze. In hot weather, provide shade, plenty of water, and a shallow pool to help them cool off. Be prepared for mess when raising ducks. They love to splash, so their water area will likely be messy. Use a tray or mat to contain spills. Ducks produce a lot of waste, so be ready to clean their living area frequently. Lastly, know their lifespan and growth. Pekin ducks live 5 to 10 years on average, depending on their care and environment. Decide if you're raising them for eggs, meat, or as pets, as this will influence their diet and care.